Just looks like a pair of eyeballs in a suit. Has legs down there. I don't know, I'm seeing shit again. Everything I say is based on my own opinions and experience. I'm not speaking for the public, and my feedback should be treated as such. You are watching Nico Evaluates. With 25 years of experience on Mega Man games, 7 years of doing the No Miss Buster Only challenge, and countless Snupster Races, as well as being the QA tester for Mega Man Unlimited, I'm here to tell you my honest opinion on different Mega Man games. So sit tight and learn. Hello people and welcome back to Nico Evaluates Mega Man 4. Let's do Bright, right? It's actually one of my, well, it's not my favorite stage, but it's definitely up there. A lot of people hate this, but I kinda like it. This game does exactly what I always talk about. Animate your stages. Look at how lively this looks. Brightman stage. Just one of those examples where the stage really looks alive. The electricity theme, certainly pretty nice. Here's your introduction to an enemy. Always like the firework effect. I really haven't seen that in any other NES game. Looks very nice. And then kill this guy. Okay, it's black now. So there's your lesson. Kill one of these, it goes black. Kill one of these, the lights turn back up. What a good teaching element there to showcase how it works. Then you just maybe keep ignoring those flying enemies so you'll have a better time. Fun fact though, the smoke at the end of the enemy is an actual hitbox, and I'm gonna showcase that at some point if I can hit it. But if you do hit that smoke up there, it will ding your shot, and that's very interesting. Let's see if we can pull that off. And it's only one frame of the smoke, so it's not the whole smoke effect. It's just one frame of that animation. I'm not sure what is up with that, but certainly a bug. But let's see if we can do it at a later point. So you definitely wanna ignore these flying enemies because it'll get dark if you shoot them. But the positioning is kinda ass for this one. You can't really ignore it. When you try to jump over it, you'll just get nicked. You really can't jump over it unless you time it very well, but that's a thing on its own. Whenever you have mechanics like this, always pay close attention to the positioning as well. You can't just have them where you first put them. You have to actually play the game first and then check if it actually works out. As well as if you kill it, then you're gonna have to make that ridiculous jump there if you happen to miss the fireworks guy. There's a lot going on, but the gameplay is simple. It's like teaching a 4-year-old to do stuff, and there's how you go about that section fast. I really like it. Good teaching there. The totems take a bit too many shots, but the animation is nice. The mouth opens clearly in advance before the shot comes out. That's a nice job. But they do take a lot of damage, so you probably want to charge and then just hammer away. Also, I like these guys. I don't like how this one mantis here, or grasshopper, ends up so close to the platform sometimes. It just looks like you're gonna die. You're not gonna trust that grasshopper and then you're gonna probably jump down yourself. Also the spikes there. Very cool looking spikes. So that gimmick there I really like. I'm not sure what a grasshopper has to do with Brightman's theme, but it's all good in my books. Well, why not use wire, because we have it. There we go, there's our secret health. So quickly, already you have a big health capsule in the stage. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure how many people would be missing that much health already. But Skull Barrier doesn't block these bullets. It blocks most bullets, but not these. I'm not sure why. So this mini-boss, for some reason, doesn't like Skull Barrier. So there's very specific weapons which you need to use against this guy. Not all of them work, that's pretty cool. The game does have damage tables. But Skull Barrier definitely is glitched against the enemy's projectiles. Because that should not happen, you should be able to guard yourself against it. These positions are fine, but if you don't react fast enough, you might have some problems here. It's a cute reintroduction to the enemy though. And later on we'll have another teaching element where you can actually detach the enemy from the ceiling, which also is interesting. It's hard to comment on Mega Man 4 in a very deep level, because the game is just built so well. It's hard for me to come up with critical things to say, because this game just is phenomenal. There's almost nothing wrong with it. And that's just a fact. I don't even have to be biased to say that. This game is near perfect. And here we have some issues though. I think all of these platforms should have been green, so they would swing back and forth, because now what we have to do is use our utilities to get back. But that's fine, unless we die. You can actually make that with wire. I just wanted to showcase that. Fuck it, I am gonna showcase that. Because it bothers me now. It's much more cool to do it this way. Yeah. You can even pause the game and the platforms don't vanish, that's good. Alright, so you can actually do this. There we go. Got to showcase that. Rush Marine, useless as always. One of the most useless utilities ever to be made. I don't like how you can't just walk onto the grasshopper. Why can't you just make the terrain flush with the grasshopper, so you could actually just walk on top of it? Why do you have to jump on it? And these guys, like the jump length is different every time for these grasshoppers. They have RNG. I don't like that they have this RNG, because it can result in weird things happening. They should always do the same jump. That would make it easier for the developer to create hazards and pits and whatnot and enemies around it, if they work the same every time. So if you have an RNG element in your game that does random stuff, then building other stuff around it can be difficult. Well, good thing about this is you can actually wait this out. You don't have to find an enemy to create fireworks, and there is none here. But you can indeed wait for it. There we go. These platforms work well for the most part. You can even hold right and you're not gonna fall down. This is the problem here, this part. Holy shit, you see that? I can't believe we're still on, but there we go, down the fucking hole. That platform is placed like a chocolate chip on a cookie. There's not enough of them. That's a weird analogy. What I mean is that the platform on the left is below the platform on the right, and as the moving carrier piece hits the other one, you're gonna hit it with your forehead and you're probably gonna drop down or glitch up like we did there. So they are just too close together, or the left one is too low. That could have been an easy fix if they just tested the game here. I can't believe they missed this. So you have to be on the left side of that platform to actually make it. It's a dumb mistake from development standpoint. Very dumb. Here's your breather. Nice hitbox on the bullets. But now let's see if we can ding the shot against this enemy here, like I said earlier. There we go, now we dinged it. So I can ding it against the little smoke. Kinda strange. So Brightman has the most convoluted AI pattern of all the Robot Masters in this game. Would you believe if I told you I can manipulate Brightman in a way where he's not gonna flash at all? Don't believe me? Well, watch this. He's not gonna flash a single time. And some of you in the audience might be catching up to what I'm doing, but he's not gonna flash a single time. No matter if I shoot him or not, I can just be here. He's not gonna flash. There's something very specific that I'm doing. And it's basically very simple, but once you try to actually do it yourself, it's kinda tricky. So, the thing with Brightman, he flashes at 16, 8 and 4 health. That's it, it's so simple. So if you just shoot him once with the normal buster and then do charged after that, he's never gonna flash. If you're doing no miss, good luck, you have to do calculations on the go. And that can be irritating. So if we now just start altering it, he is gonna flash. There we go. Because he hit the threshold. On a no miss run, you just have to be fast enough to skip that health counter when he's firing at you. Because when he's firing, he can't flash at the same time. So that's how you do that. I don't think the developers of Mega Man 4 never intended you to understand how he worked. They just wanted to make him look like he flashes randomly. That's at least what I gather from this. Because it's not so simple. But as a result, I really like Brightman's fight. The flash... I don't like how he has the same buster shots than Skullman. Like, why? We've already seen this pattern here. The Robot Masters are a bit on the lazy side when it comes to development in this game. It's a shame. The Robot Masters in Unlimited are better. And I have to compare Unlimited and 4 quite a bit during this, because Unlimited throws a huge amount of influence from Mega Man 4, and thus they are pretty similar. But I think Unlimited perfects what 4 kinda lacked in that sense. But 4 has its pros against Unlimited as well. So you do have to do very specific things to avoid that flash, which is almost impossible. Very rarely can you dodge that flash, you just have to get lucky. Like, it is possible to dodge the flash effect, but it's very rare. Most likely you'll get hit. You have to be in the correct sequence. I think I've only done it a couple of times in my whole lifetime, actually avoiding him doing damage to us while in the flash state. So first you dodge the bullets by jumping, but then you still get fucked by him, because he's gonna jump on you. There we go. Well, you can indeed avoid that if he just doesn't jump at you. So it's kinda bullshit if you don't know how he works. But for a casual fight, it's not bad. I mean, it's a lot better than the previous Robot Masters we've had. He just has that unfair advantage over you if you just blast him. Of course, his weakness is the Rain Flush, which is a good choice to get rid of Brightman fast. And there's still skill in that as well involved. How about Ring Mountain? Probably one of my least favorite stages in the entire game. It's for the fact that there's 4 mini-bosses in this stage. And the beginning here, what the fuck is that? Why do they make you land on this platform instead of down here? Make this the landing point. Not up here, because this cannon has RNG. It's either gonna shoot at you or it's not. So every other time, the beginning here is gonna be different. Sometimes you try to rush up the ladder and you can't make it because the cannon is gonna shoot you. So that's not good. Bam! Love this weapon though. Shame it doesn't stop these conveyors. Or whatever the hell they are. But for the most part, yeah, this weapon is very good. You can't pause the game when you're using it, but you can still use the buster. That's pretty cool. It would be pretty overpowered if you could pause the game with this weapon. So I see why they did that. Good balance. 5 shots to kill one of these cannons. But the layouts are not always good. Look at this. Look at how much space I have. Like, this is it. 2 blocks to avoid all of these shots. And if I go here, bam, I drop down. So it reminds me of Elecman stage bullshit. Exactly what you're not supposed to do. Don't limit my fucking space. I get it, you're supposed to be fast, but you just keep dropping down and down and down, and it's not fun. Like, this is fine. Love these Saturn heads. But then again, up here, look at this. Just don't do this, cause it's so difficult to avoid these shots. Can be done. Holy fuck. A bit glitchy, these platforms. Can be done, but it's very difficult if you don't rush it. I'm just trying to replicate the normal casual player's reaction to this. So if we just use speed to our advantage, then this is pretty much no problem. You can just get up here and blast it. But for a casual player, this screen really is bad. It's too tightly cramped. Not good. Hippo. There's a bit of a trick to these platforms, which doesn't really change anything, but just neat trivia. If you shoot one of these platforms 3 times like that, the next platform that comes up took 1 shot, because the platform blocks take 2 shots to kill. So now if I shoot the platform once, it's gonna lower. There. If I shoot it twice, it's gonna lower. If I shoot it twice, it's gonna lower. If I shoot it 3 times again, now I only need 1 shot for the next. It's gonna lower. Unless I hit the wrong block. There we go. So the next platform will soak the shot. It's pretty interesting. Not sure how that works. The Hippo, though, is one of my favorite mid-bosses of any Mega Man game. It's pretty cool. You can even use weapons pretty well in this fight. Such as this. Just keep blasting so the missiles stay put. He will still go up though. I did not realize that. So the downfall of this mid-boss though is this. You can just skip it. They didn't think that through, did they? You should not be able to skip that boss. That's cheap. Kinda shame. But what can you do? I do like these platforms. I'm not sure how they made them look so cool. There's an energy here. If you're fast enough, you can make it back up here. I do like the stage in the sense that, well, it's littered with death spikes, so it's a one-shot kill heavy stage. That's what I don't like about it, but I like about it in the sense that it has good platforming. But at most times it's just not fun. And here, another mid-boss. If we don't count, this is gonna be a bit of a rough time. Telegraph sucks, one of the worst mid-bosses that I've seen, so the best and worst on the same stage. Don't like this mid-boss at all. Just looks like a pair of eyeballs in a suit. Has legs down there. I don't know, I'm seeing shit again. Telegraph sucks, it's way too fast, it's way too hard to avoid. Because there's only really one spot, so you have to hug the right wall. Unless he does a small thing like that. But you're never gonna know, so... One thing you can do though, cause the weapons are good in this game. Bam! Freeze time! Now that fucker's dead as shit. Look at that, how to build weapons. 101. Really like that. I wonder if he freeze time here. Well, it still comes up. Okay, can't fool the game. I got it. Still can't pause, there we go. Now there's 2 missiles on top of each other. That played against me there. But another mid-boss. 3 mid-bosses already. Yeah, that's a bit heavy. That's a bit heavy, don't you think? Skull barrier doing its work. Although we probably want to hit this guy at some point. Just the whole weapon bar is gone. Because there's... yeah, there's some places where skull barrier just doesn't make any sense, and this is one of them. Toad flush, which I always call it. Rain flush though, pretty cool. You're just gonna lose a lot of weapon energy if you use it here. I would have loved if Rain Flush actually killed this hippo here in just a few hits, but it takes far too many hits with it. Maybe they wanted it not to be so easy. So Rush Coil works very well, just like it's supposed to. But I wanna use Wire because we have it, such a cool utility. They could have done much more with it as well. But I do like how they did the utility here. Someone asked if you can jump and fire it. No, you can't, because you have to be pressing up. Mega Man has to look up when you use it. So no, you can't jump and use it. Motorcycle helmets. I have names for all of these enemies. Made my own. Very fun. Telegraph, not good again. Seems like this game doesn't do a good job of telegraphing enemy AI patterns. That's certainly one of the weak points in this game. Hitbox is a bit off. When it opens, you can actually fire through it. But I do like the enemy. It's scary as fuck. I was always scared about these enemies when I was a little kid. So I like the design. This I never understood. Why is this made to look like a tube? And it works in reverse. Never understood the graphics of it, but I do understand why it looks different. Good teaching there. Ah, shit. Well, you can test it down there. That's a good teaching element there. Not my date, but the... see how the upper platform is on top of the other. So if you don't see this coming, you're like, oh shit, it's in reverse, you can still save yourself. So well done teaching. Holy shit! And there's your problem. That enemy placement is bad, because once you drop down here, you wanna go back, but then this motherfucker comes back. You're like, okay, what the fuck? Don't teach the player and be like, well, you saved yourself, let's go back. Holy shit! Well, hindsight, why do you go back? Why not just jump here? Well, maybe I want to go to the upper platform there. That's why. Yeah, but seems like enemy telegraphs are not as good as in some other titles. That's for sure. Lesson number 1 of don't you try and have fun and let go of the ladder before the screen transitions. You're just gonna kill yourself. Like that. Don't agree with the design. Move that platform at the bottom so you have more time to react. We're not fucking superhuman here. There's no way most people can react to that screen. You're so used to letting go of the ladder between screens that you don't really think about it being a hazard. You should not force the player to try and be more careful on stuff that's so iconic. This is iconic to me. Let go of the ladder and drop down to the next screen. Don't punish the player for that. We're all used to it. And again, you let go of the ladder and you just drop down there immediately. And the 4th mid-boss in the stage. This stage is littered with spikes and mid-bosses. That's why I don't like it. Other thing, move this enemy to the right side. There's not enough space here. Look at this space. You have to do mini jumps in order to avoid this guy. Luckily, if you count, then you can actually jump pretty well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 shakes. And that's your pattern. Of course, if you have weapons, it becomes a bit easier, but again, just most of the weapons are not gonna help you that much. You can take hits from the rings and they do less damage and you can just damage boost the whole enemy. But if you take a hit from his body, you're gonna have a bad time. This one really sucks. Ringman stage is just not good. Trying to use dust on it really sucks as well. So slow to fire out. And this mid-boss is just ass. Maybe the rain flush. Well, there we go. Also, I always love to do this. When you charge and you let go when you're sliding, the current color stays on. I loved this as a kid. I always wanted to make Mega Man green and then slide. It's so cool looking. Really love doing that. Ringman stage though, not a fan. But what comes to Ringman, his AI is pretty sophisticated. Shame he only has one attack. He just throws rings. But his AI is very cool. And a robot master with an actual brain. and not hugely based on certain values as before on other Robot Masters. It's a clean fight, and it's kind of fun once you learn it. This has been my strategy. I've seen people do different things, but I like doing this. It's the most simple one for me. Very simple. I don't think Ringman is bad, he just needed more. He needed more attacks. Have a bigger attack where he scatters rings around the stage or something. Or rather the room. It's not as fun as it could be. But for the stage, this boss is actually kinda cool. I like how Ringman was specifically made to kill Mega Man with fucking rings. But look at how fast that ring travels. Yeah, that's gonna decapitate anyone. It's a cool concept, I like it. He's kinda cool. But again, suffers from being a bit boring. That's really becoming a repetitious thing with Mega Man 4 and the Robot Masters. Luckily, the bosses in Cossack and Wider stages are better than the Robot Masters themselves. So, for me, the game just keeps getting better and better the more you play it. Well, if you agreed on what I said, leave a like. If you disagreed, leave a dislike. Catch you next time.